Hello everyone, I'm Meher Sindhu and I welcome you all to the grand finale of Eco Grants. It is my privilege as an Eco Grants recipient to be the host of the ceremony and to be addressing this esteemed gathering of guests, partners, influencers, mentors, sectoral expert committee jury members, fellow grantees and dear participants. Before I proceed, let me first acknowledge the presence of our eminent keynote speakers today, Mr. Amitabh Kant, CEO of Niti Aayog, and Mr. Atul Bagai, India Country Head of the United Nations Environment Programme. We are also delighted by the presence of our Eco Grants partners, Mr. Gautam Datta, CEO of PVR Cinemas, Ms. Deepa Menon, Senior Vice President, CSR and Corporate Communications of PVR Cinemas, Mr. Muhammad Asif, Executive Director, Plan India, Ms. Alka Tomar, Chairperson of the Centre for Youth, and our film partner, Ms. Shivani Chaudhary. As everything begins with an idea, let me quickly guide you through the passion and thought behind Eco Grants. Youth all over the world have been dreamers and drivers of positive change. India itself is home to the world's largest youth population. Eco Grants initiated by PVR Nest, Plan India and Centre for Youth identified, mentored and incubated 10 innovative green solutions by the youth for resolving environmental challenges across 5 selected cities in India. As you all know, today on January 12th, India is commemorating National Youth Day to mark the birthday of Swami Vivekanand, one of India's greatest spiritual and social leaders. To honour his many contributions to the country, the Government of India in the year 1984 declared his birthday as National Youth Day, and the day has been celebrated ever since. The main objective of the day is to promote rational thinking among the youth, who are believed to be the very future of the country. It is expected of the youth to rise to the occasion and channelize their energies towards positive outcomes. Eco Grants resonates the same synergies, purpose and vision. The day has been aptly chosen as the grand finale of Eco Grants. Eco Grants' vision is far-reaching and fosters environmental sustainability for people and the planet. To commence the event, let us have a look at the journey film of Eco Grants.
एक प्रॉब्लम है वेस्ट और दूसरी प्रॉब्लम है वाटर की कमी.
Basic need of the food is becoming a big challenge for us.
A rampant increase in industrialization and urbanization.
We produce a huge amount of plastic demolition and the marble waste.
The people used to throw waste all over the grounds and they are not aware of the dustbins and the toilet locations within the city.
If we do not take care of our green spaces, it is not going to be habitable for too long.
That these women don't have access to basic sanitary products.
जो यंग माइंड्स हैं, नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में फ्यूचर ऑफ द सोसाइटी होने वाले हैं.
इको ग्रांट यूथ को एनकरेज करना चाहते हैं अगर वो कोई एक नई सोच रखते हैं तो.
India is a country which has the largest young population in the world. It is very important that how do we harness the energy of the young people, not just for other social development causes, but also for causes around environment, on climate change.
The core of these projects were really to get to the grassroots and impact lives, to galvanize, to irrigate, and then to harvest the youth energy.
The concept of Eco Grant has been innovations and engaging youth for environmental issues. The main idea behind Eco Grant was to look at the kind of environmental issues right now the country is facing. In Eco Grant, if you see, what we are talking about is mentoring, incubating the idea and supporting the ideas. So mentoring has been the backbone of the entire initiative.
Eco Grant not only say money, but also mentorship, incubation to shape our idea.
The ideas are there, they're brimming with it. We have to channelize them and give them to the experience and give them the chance to showcase.
You know, it's fantastic to see that people are actually not just coming up with ideas, but they're applying it to their own lives, and there is change there.
We really need to harness to make a valuable change to anyone's life is to get youth in the program.
And I'm so happy and excited to share that this has been a spectacular success where 10 youth groups from different cities have not just been brought together, they've also been supported and handheld to come up with solutions to burning urban environmental challenges.
Each and every project has been partnering with the government organizations or the responsible government bodies or the partners or the education institutions to take it forward. So solutions are not developed and going to be lying there, but it will be taken care, it will be propagated, disseminated with the right partners, and that was the wholesome and holistic approach that EcoGrant has taken.
We are really looking forward to that triumph when youth stands up and says, I want this change to be done. I would really want to thank Center for Youth and Plan India for coming on board with PVR Nest and making this happen. I believe that you would see something wonderful emerging out of this program.
Each one of you is already a winner because you're in this room with an idea that's going to change the world. Please work on it. It's a lot of hard work. It needs you to be at it. Even if the world says it won't work, it can't work, you have to prove the world wrong that it will work.
It's a very good platform for young entrepreneurs to explore in the field of entrepreneurship or solving any social problem for the betterment of the country.
EcoGrants has provided us small town boys and girls the confidence to push forward with our idea and a platform to showcase our talents on a nationwide scale.
फाइनेंशियल हेल्प मिलेगी तो हम कहीं ना कहीं जो हमारा प्रोजेक्ट है इसको रियल में प्रोटोटाइप टू एक स्टार्टअप में कन्वर्ट कर पाएंगे.
Initiative of the youth to come forward to think of these kind of green causes and to make things happen worth supporting.
It was really inspiring to see the young EcoGrants teams on the ground working on their innovative ideas, determined to be able to find success in their ideas and in taking it forward to the communities. So truly, it is the youth that is going to lead the way to sustainable futures.
Really thankful for EcoGrants that they gave us the opportunity to take up something that might have just stayed in the laboratory to the masses.
We are grateful for this opportunity and are sure that this support from EcoGrants can help us realize our dream into reality in the days to come.
What a beautiful bond of togetherness and commitment. The mutually enriching collaboration of the partner organizations has gone from strength to strength in making EcoGrants an impactful and outcome-oriented program. It is now my honor to invite Mr. Amitabh Kant, CEO of Niti Aayog, to address the audience about the environmental challenges faced in India and the need to engage youth to find creative solutions to these challenges. Mr. Kant is an IAS officer of the 1980 batch. He has also authored Branding India, an incredible story, and been a key driver behind initiatives like Make in India, Incredible India, Startup India, and God's Own Country campaigns that have positioned and branded India and Kerala state as leading tourism destinations.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, eco-innovation is rewriting the growth story of Incredible India. Robust and ingenious green recovery solutions are absolutely necessary in the post-COVID scenario. It will help in prioritizing climate, justice, safeguarding public health and boosting investments in clean energy jobs. Over the past 2 decades, the world has become increasingly conscious of the pattern and efficiencies of resource usage. This has translated into efforts towards building a resource efficient circular economy. Particularly, the plastic management is a challenge within this segment, and the management of multi-layered plastic is a bigger challenge. Domestic consumption is at 15 million tons against recycling capacity of a mere 2.35 million tons. Low house segregation and weak collection and transportation systems that support the segregation inhibit the recycling of plastic. High plastic recycling rates need to be reviewed in an environmentally sound manner. To safeguard the marine ecosystem and biodiversity, the Lakshadweep administration has prohibited the use of single-use plastic from Lakshadweep. Minicoy, the southernmost island of Lakshadweep, is therefore taking steps towards becoming a plastic waste-free island. This move has helped in remedying the adverse effect on coral reefs, hindered root growth of coconut trees, and improving rainwater circulation. The rich biocultural knowledge of the island ecosystem can revitalize and innovate sustainable human-nature relationships. They have the potential to become and serve as globally distributed hubs of innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have many lessons to learn from this. The government's Atal Innovation Mission is further fostering the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in this country. And amongst the youth of India, it will emerge as the tech garage of India, rolling out products and applications across sectors, including environment. The idea is to take the unique products being developed to their delivery levels with the private sector, much like Arogya Setu app, which is based on private-public partnership. A fast-paced innovation like Arogya Setu has helped in predicting more than 3,500 hotspots in the country at sub-post office levels, which has had a tremendous impact in India as far as contact tracing is concerned. And that is the key about COVID. How do we test? How do we do contact tracing? The population of India is getting younger by the day. The youth today is driving the digital innovation in the world. The young innovators must keep in mind three imperative lessons going forward. Innovation does not mean changing everything. While every innovation is a new thing, every new thing is not an innovation. Secondly, test the innovation again against ground deliverability. Success of an innovation is directly proportionate to the number of people it helps. Thirdly, believe in yourself. In a world that is increasingly unpredictable, resource-starved and volatile, we need an unconventional and unstructured approach towards innovation. I'm fascinated by how the Eco Grants initiative has mobilized the youth towards innovative sustainable development. I would like to congratulate PVR Nest, Plan India and Center for Youth for creating such collaborative synergy for encouraging innovation in youth. It's heartening to hear about innovative green solution stories, be it the smog reducer and energy conserver project conceptualized by Green Earthlings to be implemented in Delhi, or the Jyotir Garmaya project Dehradun, an Android application for locating nearby dustbins and toilets. Each green solution is unique and shows promise for the future. All these green solutions that are focused towards restoring ecosystems and supporting sustainable food and farming will help both the people and the environment in thriving. I encourage the entrepreneurs to continue making waves with their thoughtful and life-changing innovations. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts on the importance of youth engagement. I would now like to invite Mr. Atul Bagai, India Country Head of the United Nations Environment Programme, the UNEP, to walk us through the need for involvement of youth in green solutions, as well as the prominence of mentoring youth for sustainable solutions. Mr. Bagai, as Senior Regional Coordinator in United Nations Environment Ozone Action Programme under the Montreal Protocol, strengthen the capacity of sub-regional networks in Asia and enable them to meet compliance targets. He has also served the Government of India for over 2 decades before joining the United Nations.
It gives me a great pleasure to be a part of this grand finale of Eco Grants, and I'm very thankful to Alka ji for giving me this opportunity and for inviting me for this very unique and innovative initiative that they have organized. This is an award and a corpus constituted by PVR Nest, Plan India and Center for Youth to mentor and incubate 10 innovative green solutions by youth for resolving the environmental challenges in 5 selected cities in India. I think this award is especially noteworthy as we are all aware that the ongoing pandemic crisis has cast a long shadow for young people already waiting in line to get better education and to also join the workforce. Approximately 1 billion children are out of school and 1 million who were set to join workforce cannot find jobs. We all are standing at the crossroads of civilization as we know it. This pandemic and virus is not a one-off thing or an event. It is completely a predictable result of humanity's systematic destruction of nature over the past 5 decades. COVID-19, a zoonotic disease transmitted from animals to humans, is a direct warning that nature can take no more. We are facing it in large part because humanity's expansion into wild spaces and exploitation of species brings people into closer contact with the wildlife. I'll just give you a few statistics which will give you the quantum of problem we are facing. Humanity, that means all of us, has altered 75% of the Earth's ice-free surface. Since 1990, 420 million hectares of forest, equal to 3 times the size of South Africa, has been lost. 1 million species face extinction. Illegal wildlife trade is the 4th largest crime in the world. Under these circumstances, we need to rein back in a very sound stewardship of our only earth. We often say that in some of the worst challenges and crises, we can also see some opportunities. Who better than young people to see where these opportunities lie? Young people are also often called as change makers, for they can definitely think out of the box, as this competition aptly shows. UNEP is always on the lookout also for youth who have big and bold ideas for the environment, for humanity, and for a greener future. Under our annual Young Champions of the Earth Awards constituted by UNEP, it aims to nurture the next generation of environmental leaders. We have truly seen in this Champions of the Earth Awards some brilliant work from young people. And I'm sure some of the young people who are featured here in this competition would get inspired to apply for this award. In India, with 35% youth population, it is very important to be inclusive and consider youth as a major stakeholder in co-creating innovative solutions to address the burgeoning environmental challenges faced by this country. Talent and innovation exist in India. It only needs to be nurtured. The new education policy is indeed deserving a noteworthy mention. In an increasingly complex world, there is definitely a need to rethink and reimagine education. Critical thinking, problem-solving skills, multidisciplinary learning, and collaborative strategies, they definitely need to be prioritized and strengthened. The innovative hubs which have been set up across the country by the National Council of Science Museums also deserve a special mention. This is why I'm delighted to be here today and know that with the mentoring, incubation and grant supported of up to rupees 5 lakhs each, Eco Grants has networked with 200 Indian youth for developing 10 green innovative solutions. I believe the ideas submitted for the grant range across innovations like mobile app for encouraging use of toilets and dustbins, hydroponics for natural farming, agriculture being such a huge environmental challenge, soil inoculation for reviving urban green spaces, reuse of cooking oil as biofuel, and dye-sensitive solar, also for panels for air pollution. All these innovations are praiseworthy. We also need to work towards scaling and replicating these green innovations, and that's where a lot of effort is needed. Finally, I would like to congratulate PVR Nest, Plan India, and Center for Youth in collaborating to motivate and support youth of the country in creating green enterprising solutions on contemporary environmental issues and challenges. Additionally, the role of mentors, other partners, and young participants in making Eco Grants a pioneering initiative is also very much appreciated. Finally, I would like to end and I would like to wish you all the best and end with a quote from Albert Einstein. Quote, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." Unquote. This sums up that we all need out-of-box thinking to address the myriad challenges we are facing, and youth can take the lead in this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your guidance and enriching words. It is now time for the premiere of the 10 Eco Solutions films, documenting the powerful stories of innovative green solutions by over 200 youth from Delhi, Dehradun, Jaipur, Udaipur, and Lucknow.
In India, daily around 26,000 tons of plastic waste is generated, but only 7% gets recycled and other is just dumped.
आज की तारीख में सबसे बड़ी इश्यूज वो है वेस्ट, और वेस्ट के अंदर प्लास्टिक जो कभी खत्म नहीं होता।
85% of the marble industries are situated in Rajasthan.
इतने क्रशर लगे हुए हैं, फैक्ट्रियां हैं, वो सैलरी निकलती है, उसका डिस्पोजल करना भी उधर प्रशासन के लिए बहुत बड़ा हेडेक है।
The challenge was to find solution to environmental problems of Rajasthan. So there was a team of students who started working on using marble slurry.
So we have come with this waste material bricks, so we can utilize plastic waste or marble waste.
Plastic is good binder. We tried using plastic or marble slurry bricks.
Earlier for like 2 days we have to cut the plastic from our hand. Getting this shredder from the Eco Grants team, we are now able to prepare plastic in just 15 minutes. We put the plastic bottles in and the shredded plastic comes out. We have to fill that shredded plastic in that extruder. It melts and turns into molds. These molds are broken into small pieces and mixed with other raw materials like marble slurry and fly ash. Now this raw material is fed to the extruder and this material comes out as a molten state, filled in the molds, and the bricks are now ready for use.
So these bricks are 40% lighter as compared to the red clay bricks. It is water resistant and recyclable. The traditional red clay bricks utilizes a lot of top fertile soil, coal and water in the process of manufacturing. We don't want to use the natural resources.
We are solving that big problem of solid waste management. Durability of plastic is a curse because nothing happens to plastic. We have converted a curse into a boon.
So we want to utilize those wastes that are concentrated into the building material. When we go for commercializing, we have to get these bricks and blocks tested. That will give us a proof of concept of these bricks. For scaling, we'll partner with the Udaipur Municipality Corporation.
उदयपुर की एक छोटी कॉलेज के सेकंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर के स्टूडेंट इस लेवल की सोच रखते हैं, बहुत बड़ी बात है।
I could see the change in my campus, in my college also. There's a lot of young people coming up with the new ideas. I feel like happy I'm doing some contribution for the coming generation.
पूरे इंडिया में ज़मीन की इतनी ज़्यादा कमी नहीं है जितनी ज़्यादा पानी की है। गाँव के युवा खेती से बहुत दूर भाग रहे हैं, ना तो मुनाफा मिल रहा है और उसमें मेहनत मजदूरी बहुत है। जो हमारी पूरी टीम है ये सब किसान परिवार से हैं। हमने यहाँ राजस्थान में देखा कि सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम किसानों को वो है पानी की।
पूरा गाँव मतलब खेती पे ही निर्भर है, पूरी ज़मीन पथरीली है और ढलान एरिया है।
पानी नहीं आता, खेती नहीं है।
पहाड़ी क्षेत्र है, पानी बह के चला जाता है। पानी की कमी की वजह से फसल का कमजोर होना, पेड़ पौधों का कमजोर होना, ये सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है।
हर दिन लाखों करोड़ों टन वेस्टेज मटेरियल निकलता है, तो हमने सोचा कि एक प्रॉब्लम को दूसरी प्रॉब्लम से सॉल्व किया जाए। भी वेस्टेज मटेरियल था उसका कलेक्शन करते हैं, फिर उनको ड्राइंग प्रोसेस करते हैं, उसमें पॉलीमराइजेशन रिएक्शंस वगैरह करवाते हैं। उस लेबोरेटरी प्रोसेस रहता है, लगभग 1 महीना लग जाता है।
से उदयपुर महाराणा प्रताप विश्वविद्यालय द्वारा कुछ टीम आई थी हमारे यहाँ पे, उन्होंने एक प्रोडक्ट दिया था।
तो हमारा प्रोडक्ट क्या करता है, जो भी वो पानी बह के चला जाता है उसको एब्जॉर्ब कर लेगा और जैसे जैसे प्लांट को रिक्वायरमेंट होगी वैसे वैसे देता रहेगा।
उस प्रोडक्ट से, उस नमी से हमने अच्छी पैदावार लेने का काम करा है।
1 एकड़ लैंड के अंदर हम 40,000 लीटर पानी बचा रहे हैं, तो अगर इसको हम पूरे इंडिया पे अप्लाई करें तो आप सोच सकते हो कि कितनी ज़्यादा पानी, कितनी बड़ी सेविंग होगी। खेती का काम है, एक तो उसके पानी कम लगे और उसका पैदावार ज़्यादा हो जिससे उसकी आमदनी हो। इसमें NPK का रेशो ये लगभग 1.5 गुना तक पैदावार बढ़ा देता है और सबसे ज़्यादा पूरा खेती का काम है महिलाएं ही मुख्य रूप में उसमें भागीदारी निभाती है। हमने देखा कि महिलाओं ने इसमें उत्साह का भाग लिया कि अब महिलाएं भी बहुत जागरूक हो गई है।
मिस्टर नारायण लाल गुर्जर और उसकी टीम ने ऐसा पॉलीमर डेवलप किया जो कि पूरे वर्ल्ड के अंदर धूम मचा रहा है।
हमारा उद्देश्य जो है कि इस देश में किसी भी कोने से कोने में बैठा गरीब से गरीब किसान है उस तक हमारा प्रोडक्ट पहुंचे, जो उसकी सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है उसका सॉल्यूशन मिले।
The Crimson Project aims to spread the concept of sustainable menstruation through the product which is reusable sanitary napkins.
Menstrual hygiene is a basic necessity for every woman, and that is the driving force to create awareness and to make it accessible for every woman.
पहले मुझे शर्म आती थी, अब नहीं आती है। यही ना हो तो आदमी माँ ना बने।
Our reusable sanitary napkins are made of cotton cloth. The bottommost layer is a leak-proof layer. These pads can be used for up to 3 years if they are maintained well.
We have employed artisans who help us with the production, and they make the pads for us and we remunerate them per piece. Quab basically helps us with our production. We wish to collaborate with many organizations which will help us and reach as many women as possible.
काम करते हुए पैसा भी मिल रहा है तो अच्छा लग रहा है।
Disposable napkin takes 500 to 800 years to simply decompose, wherein a cloth alternative is much more environment friendly.
प्लास्टिक यूज़ ना करके हम कपड़े का ही पैड बनाएं तो ये हमारे सेहत के लिए भी सही है। तो इसे हम धो के काफ़ी महीने तक चला सकते हैं, तो एक तो कूड़ा कम होगा, पैसे भी बच रहे हैं, गंदगी भी नहीं हो रही है, कचरा शरीर के लिए हमारे फायदेमंद वो है, इसमें फ़ायदा है ना, हम यही ना यूज़ करें।
Menstruation is a conversation that everyone needs to have, to include boys in the conversation, to understand the kind of stigma that is underlying menstruations.
Touching such tender ages of 14, 15 and talking to them, that has a very different impact.
पहले जो बच्चे बिल्कुल scared होते थे या पता नहीं होता था किन से बात करना है, now they are open towards it. I feel it's a great shift.
Crimson generates a passion amongst the girls and the boys to bring a voice amongst all the women who don't have it, to make sure that women are able to talk about it openly and to create employment amongst the women, make them entrepreneurs.
Dehradun is one of the most rapidly urbanizing city in India, which has been increasing the problem of atmospheric pollution. Our research at Doon University has highlighted the roadside dust resuspensions, the vehicular emissions and the industrial emissions. So this is our wide range aerosol spectrophotometer, with the help of which we are measuring particulate matter load in different regions of the Dehradun city. Now this is the respirable dust sampler. We place filter papers, and after collection we get the filter paper deposition of particulate matter like this. We are going to identify the native avenue plants based on their leaf adsorption capacity. We are exposing the avenue plants inside this dust chamber to the dust collected from our selected sites. The plants are exposed to this suspended dust. We also collect the leaves from the unexposed plants and send it for SEM analysis. The leaf adsorption capacity will depend on its size, shape, structure and the amount of latex present in its surface. The greater the leaf adsorption capacity, the more is the potential to trap down the atmospheric pollutants. Leaf adsorption capacity as the criteria for plantation of the avenue plants can be replicated in other cities, keeping in mind the locally available tree species.
India consumes oil of around 40 to 50,000 crores in a year.
India is one of the largest edible oil consumer in the world.
Any oil is good for human consumption until we use it for 3 times.
लोगों में ये जागरूकता लानी है कि जो यूज्ड कुकिंग ऑयल है हमारे सेहत के लिए और हमारे एनवायरनमेंट के लिए बहुत ख़राब है, बल्कि गवर्नमेंट ने इसको अब इलीगल भी कर दिया है। अगर किसी भी तेल का टोटल पोलर कंपाउंड 25% से ऊपर जाता है तो वो हमारे स्वास्थ्य के लिए बहुत ही ख़राब है। आजकल एनर्जी का बहुत क्राइसिस चल रहा है, हम यूज्ड कुकिंग ऑयल को एनर्जी एफिशिएंट बायोफ्यूल में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं, तो वो बहुत लाभदायक है।
UCO can be converted to energy, can easily achieve a potential of a 10,000 crore volume.
By making biofuel from the used cooking oil, we are using waste material for producing renewable energy.
बायोफ्यूल में अगर उसको कन्वर्ट करें तो कैसे करें, तो उसके लिए बीच में आते हैं यूको कलेक्टर्स, जो घर घर जाकर या फिर जो बहुत मात्राओं में तेल का इस्तेमाल करते हैं वो वहाँ जाकर कलेक्ट करते हैं और ये बायोफ्यूल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैक्ट्रीज़ को जाके देते हैं।
Teams like Shipika is going to the different households, the different institutes and making them aware about the health hazards associated with the used cooking oil.
ये आज के टाइम में यंग पीपल हम जैसे एज वाले लोगों को अवेयर कर रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छी बात है। उस चीज़ को समझेंगे और आगे हम लोगों के हेल्थ के लिए बढ़िया रहेगा।
ये काम करते करते हमें ऐसा लगता है कि सोसाइटी के तौर पर यूज्ड कुकिंग ऑयल एक अनजान खजाना है।
The Delhi NCT is ranked the most polluted capital in the world. To tackle the high levels of pollution and aim for ecological sustainability, green parks and open areas are crucial.
In a city like Delhi, if we do not take care of our green spaces, it is not going to be habitable for too long.
The NCT of Delhi has more than 18,000 parks and gardens spread across 8,000 hectares. Many of them need care and rejuvenation. While 20% of Delhi is under green area with second highest tree cover. The target now is to take the green cover up to 30%.
By using native plants, we are helping the environment and combating the pollution and helping the biodiversity to flourish and to have a safe habitat.
जब नेटिव प्लांट्स लगाते हैं तो उसमें इंसेक्ट्स, बर्ड्स और एनिमल्स अपने आप आने लगते हैं।
Letting evolution work. These plants which have come, which have survived the challenges of time, they are the plants which are best suited. They are also the ones which will clean up the environment and also help in the groundwater recharge.
Or a healthy forest, we took a soil from the rhizosphere of that particular species and then prepare a solution for inoculation and introduce that in our gardens or parks where we are introducing the native species.
To basically test our hypothesis that the soil inoculation technology can actually help in the restoration of distressful sites, we chose 3 parks and we tried to establish the plants over there which are grown with the soil inoculation technology. We decided that we should involve the society. If they are themselves planting the plant, they will have an emotional connection with it.
ये दोनों युवा जो हैं, इन लोगों ने ही पहला कदम आगे बढ़ाया है, जिसकी वजह से हम आगे 10 कदम के लिए इनको एश्योरेंस दिया हमने।
We are really thankful for EcoGrants that they gave us the opportunity to take up something that might have just stayed in the laboratory to the masses.
This initiative to green the spaces of the Delhi NCT is an example of the possible innovative collaborations between youth, science and the community.
देहरादून एक टूरिस्ट प्लेस है और डाइवर्जन पॉइंट है मसूरी के लिए। तो जब भी टूरिस्ट आता है तो वो देहरादून से होते हुए जाता है और यहाँ की क्लीनलीनेस को थोड़ा बहुत डिस्टर्बेंस हो जाता है, क्योंकि उनके पास जो गार्बेज होता है उनको भी पता नहीं होता है कि उसे वो फेंकना कहाँ पर है। ज्योतिर्गम है डस्टबिन एंड टॉयलेट लोकेटर ऐप, जो हमारी लोकल सिटीजन्स हैं प्लस जो टूरिस्ट देहरादून में आ रहे हैं उनके लिए बेनिफिशियल होगा।
हर कोई बस से उतरता है तो बाथरूम जरूर ढूंढता है कि मतलब अगर ये ऐप सबके फ़ोन में रहेगा
तो उनको बाथरूम ढूंढने की ज़रूरत नहीं रहेगी, या फिर डस्टबिन मतलब पता रहेगा कि कहाँ पर है, तो आदमी उसको डस्टबिन में ही डालेगा।
देहरादून के सिटीजन से हमने इंडिविजुअली इंटरेक्ट करके के मोबाइल पे अपनी ऐप को डाउनलोड करवाया है और उनको एक्सेसिंग के तरीके बताए हैं कि कैसे आप हमारी ऐप को यूज़ कर सकते हो। पोस्टर्स हमने ऐसी लोकेशंस पे लगाए हैं जहां से टूरिस्ट का अराइवल मैक्सिमम, और उन पोस्टर्स पे हमारे QR कोड्स हैं जिनके थ्रू यूजर्स आसानी से उन QR कोड्स को स्कैन करके आप हमारी ऐप का और वेबसाइट का लिंक ले सकते हैं। न्यूज़पेपर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स उनके थ्रू पैम्पलेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करवा के अपनी ऐप को हर घर तक पहुंचाने की कोशिश की है। देहरादून नगर निगम, उनसे बहुत सपोर्ट मिला, कहाँ पर डस्टबिन्स नहीं हैं या किन लोकेशंस में आपको डस्टबिन की प्लॉटिंग करनी है।
मैं DIT यूनिवर्सिटी के स्टूडेंट्स जिन्होंने ज्योतिर्गमय ऐप डेवलप किया है और जिसके माध्यम से देहरादून वासियों को सहूलियत मिलेगी, मैं इसके लिए उनको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ।
हम चाहते हैं कि हम अपनी ऐप को गवर्नमेंट ऑफ उत्तराखंड से जोड़ें ताकि इससे और सिटी में इस ऐप का बेनिफिट पहुँचे।
Air pollution is a serious issue today.
As of 2020 statistics, India takes the 3rd place for carbon dioxide emissions in the world. It is high time we start utilizing energies which are less polluting to the environment and self-replenishing.
Harmful smog pollutants in the air plays an equally vital role in the gradual degradation of materials and by extension human health. Which is why we are building a model which not only breaks down the smog particles but also conserves energy while doing it. The whole idea of our experiment revolves around the preservation of what we've got and make do with what's left in the most economic way possible.
At first, we take a piece of ITO glass, cleanse it, simultaneously we make a paste. After we have coated the glass with the paste uniformly, we let it dry. We then rub graphite on another ITO glass and attach it to the first one to construct our anode. We do this to test the conductivity of the glass. When it's all dried up, we apply dye on it to enhance the conduction. The second part of our project deals with energy conservation, which reduces electric waste. The ITO glass with the paste and the dye coat now behaves as a dye-sensitized solar panel, which converts solar energy into electrical energy and conserves it in a battery for later use. Hence the name Smog Reducer and Energy Conserver.
These slates can be left at rooftops so that the smog particles can settle down and it can start its action. Now, the more the number of plates you can afford to buy, clearer the air will be around your house. If an entire neighborhood can get this implemented, then that will be a huge leap forward in reducing smog and chronic respiratory conditions for people in that locality, because all smog reducer and energy conservers will be working hand in hand, and there's no output greater than what can be achieved from a united effort. EcoGrants has provided us small town boys and girls the confidence to push forward with our idea and a platform to showcase our talents on a nationwide scale. We are grateful for this opportunity and are sure that this support from EcoGrants can help us realize our dream into reality in the days to come. Thank you.
ग्रीन स्कूल ग्रीन कम्युनिटी हमारा एक कैंपेन चल रहा है जिसमें स्कूल के बच्चे पर्यावरण के जो 5 सेक्टर हैं, ऊर्जा, कूड़ा, कृषि, पानी और स्वास्थ्य, इन 5 विषयों पे हम बच्चों के साथ बात करते हैं। इसके लिए हमारे फेलो साप्ताहिक सेशन लेते हैं।
Seed ball is a mixture of soil and clay and seeds.
This is the easy way to plant anywhere.
When we throw a seed ball anywhere, animals are not able to eat them.
We can aware students that how can we increase the density of the plants in those areas where it could be grown.
Compost wastes are those that can recycle in soil. For example, vegetable, paper, fiber. Non-compost waste. The waste cannot be recycled by microorganisms. For example, metals, plastic.
15 जो ग्रीन स्पेसेस में हम काम कर रहे हैं, 5 स्कूल्स हो गए, 5 कॉलेजेस और 5 पब्लिक पार्क हो गए, उसके साथ काम कर रहे हैं। हमारे साथ 1200 बच्चे इंगेज हैं। बहुत स्मॉल लेवल से चेंजेस स्टार्ट किए। अगर मैं बात करूँ तो क्लॉथ बैग का यूज करना, प्लास्टिक है उनको रिफ्यूज़ करना।
सभी स्कूल के बच्चों से न्यूज़पेपर के बैग्स बनवा के वो हमने अपने स्कूल के बाहर वाली दुकानों पे फ्री में बांटे थे, ताकि वो लोग प्लास्टिक बैग्स ना यूज़ करें।
अरे मटर है, आलू है, बैंगन है, सब में दवाई पड़ती है।
अब तो स्प्रे करना ही करना है क्योंकि टेम्परेचर ऐसा है, मौसम ऐसा है।
The food that we are eating today is very unhealthy. Where the food is coming from, people do not have an idea. It has a lot of chemicals, pesticide, you have no way of judging that, and what kind of water is used to grow that food. All these things, there are a lot of issues there. Now the solution is hydroponics. Hydroponics becomes very expensive. Now that's where we are creating a solution where hydroponics is highly cost effective.
हम किसान हैं, इसमें ज़मीन बहुत कम लगेगी, पानी कम यूज होगा, क्योंकि वही पानी हमारा वापसी आना जाना रहेगा, तो पानी इसमें यूज ज़्यादा नहीं होगा।
Because there is multiple stacks of planting, you can grow more than what you would grow on that land. So we are using natural lighting and we are using natural air through underground cooling. The water is cooled by keeping the reservoir underground. So this is what essentially is bringing the cost down. So 90% lesser water is used. There are no pesticides used in this. Basically it is poison free and nutrition also increases in this particular setup. At a community level it becomes very efficient. So one or two people in the community can actually manage it very efficiently.
छोटे किसानों के लिए कहीं भी सेट करके हम उगा सकते हैं, इसीलिए हमें अच्छा लगा बिना पेस्टिसाइड के हम अच्छी चीज़ें उगा सकते हैं।
कहीं ना कहीं ये एक लोगों को जोड़ता है, लोगों को, युवाओं को जोड़ता है और आगे बढ़ने की प्रेरणा देता है।
It's a very wonderful way to involve youngsters into farming. For kids, it's the very beautiful way of growing food.
We have received a warm response from the community.
ये लोग इस बारे में सोच रहे हैं और इस बारे में कुछ कर रहे हैं।
Last 5 years I wanted to do this. Eco Grants has given us that opportunity to take it further.
We are running short of land. So it's a very revolutionary way of agriculture and we must nurture our resources. The youth getting involved will definitely revolutionize this movement of hydroponics.
We would like to thank Ms. Shibani Chaudhary and her team for encapsulating the project so wonderfully. It is now time for the unveiling of the Green Book on the Eco Grants program. The Green Book comprehensively documents the milestones and experiences of the Eco Grants from the very conceptualization to the 10 final innovative green solutions. The 70-page publication has specifics of launch, thematic areas, call for proposal outreach, selection process, mentors, sectoral expert committee, final jury, implementation process, the 10 final green solutions, partners, impact, outcome and the way forward. Enjoy reading. We'd now like to hear about the experiential learning of our Eco Grants youth grantees and their mentors.
Hi, I am Pankaj. I am an Eco Grant awardee from Delhi. My team and I are very grateful to Eco Grants for providing us funds under accessible green space category to work on our green solution. During the grant period, we have restored and developed 2 parks with native vegetation of that region. For this, we have used soil inoculants of healthy native trees from the forest, which increases our success rate of sapling establishment and recruitment. During this journey, we have worked closely with various stakeholders, local residents, RWAs, MCD and DDA. With them, we have also organized plantation and awareness programs. At the end, these parks were handed over to the respective RWAs. Now they are maintaining them and carrying forward similar work in other parks. For this, we are providing them technological and scientific support. We expect that with the help of Plan, PVR and Center for Youth, this message and program will spread more and will help in making the cities green and sustainable.
Hi, I am Sandeep Madwal, an environmental researcher from Dehradun, Uttarakhand. Our research team was granted eco grants for our project Ecological Approach for Decreasing Human Exposure Towards Air Pollution in Dehradun. In this project, we have tried to identify different indigenously available avenue plants for their ability to trap airborne pollutants. The study was conducted both in laboratory and field scale, and the best performing plants were finally distributed in the local community. The target population of the project are those dwelling on the vulnerable regions of the city, including the roadside regions, slum, high traffic density areas, schools, hospitals, and old age homes. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kunshwit Arora and I am the team leader of BRICS, where we have developed an eco-friendly and sustainable technology to make high-quality bricks using only waste material. We believe that our waste material brick can be an alternative solution to consume and manage million tons of waste, including plastic waste, construction waste, and other industrial waste that are laid on roadside or thrown on river or lakes. And we also believe that eco-friendly technology can help in replacing the brick kilns in global brick industry. For us, EcoGrants have been a tremendous catalyst for developing our technology, modified and validated throughout the time in laboratories or in market. I would like to thank EcoGrants and its team for continuously supporting and believing in our project BRICS. Thank you so much.
Hello. This is Dr. Pankaj Porwal. I am mentor of Team BRICS. We had been working on this project for almost 2 years before receiving Green Solutions grant from EcoGrant, and until then the project had been at lab scale, and after receiving the funding we were able to scale it to the level to be able to demonstrate commercial viability of our products. And last month the team registered a private limited company, and they are now exploring funding options to set up commercial production facility, and EcoGrant had played a major role in achieving this success.
These are truly very motivating and inspiring journeys. You all are role models and inspirations for all of us. They say that the greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his or her future by simply changing their attitude. This finale has truly shown how, if we put our mind and will to it, we too can be a part of positive and bigger change. I personally have been very moved and happy to see young people think and innovate and be mentored to scale their ideas. In conclusion, I must be echoing the same energy and sentiments of hard work, innovation and inspiration with all of you at the end of this event. I would also like to take this opportunity to once again thank all of our partners, PVR Nest, Plan India and Centre for Youth for their collaboration, and our distinguished guests, influencers, mentors, sectoral expert committee jury members, fellow grantees, and of course our participants. The EcoGrants would not have been possible without enduring support from Alamb, Doon University, Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Malviya National Institute of Technology, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Mohanlal Sukhadiya University, and the Gandhi, Ashoka and LEAD Fellowship programs. Thank you all once again for being a part of the EcoGrants, and I hope you all have a wonderful day ahead and celebrate youth empowerment on this National Youth Day. Thank you.